Hey folks, welcome to my channel Number Pen. So there we have the problem on our screen. Differentiate the following: y equals cube root of 1 plus x cube, right? Again, can we express this as f of g of x, right? Seems to be a cube root problem. So we know what is d by dx of cube root of x, right? So if I were to represent this using chain rule, so let's put up the chain rule and then go about solving this problem. So let y equals f of u be a function of u, and in turn let u equals g of x be a function of x, so that y equals f of g of x. Then my dy dx of y equals d by dx of f of g of x, which is equal to f dashed of g of x into g dashed of x, right? So we will have to identify what is our u. My u, if I go ahead and do the substitution of 1 plus x cube as u, right? What is my y in terms of u? My y becomes cube root of u, right? My y becomes cube root of u, and therefore I know what is d by dx of the cube root function, right? So my d by dx of x to the power n equals nx to the power n minus 1, right? So I can quickly arrive at what is my dy by du, and I also know what is my du by dx, right? So let's start off with doing du by dx, right? I apply the sum rule on 1 plus x cube. So my dy dx of 1 plus x cube is dy dx of 1, which is a 0 constant. And then I have my dy dx of x square, which is nothing but x cube, which is nothing but 3 times x square, right? So this is my d by dx of u, which is 3x square, right? And then I come to the next step. I have my d by du of cube root of u, right? And let's, so what is my dy by du? My dy by du is nothing but cube root of u can be written as u to the power 1 by 3, right? I think it's easier to visualize y in this way before we go ahead and apply dy by du. So if my y equals u to the power 1 by 3, what is my dy by du? Again, going back to first principles, d by dx of x to the power n equals n into x to the power n minus 1, right? So let me write that out here. Equals nx times nx to the power n minus 1. So I use the same formula, and if you've not seen how we arrive at this, I request you to take a look at my earlier videos where I have established dy dx of x to the power n equals n into x to the power n minus 1. So I use the same formula. So what is my n out here? My n is nothing but it is a 1 by 3, right? So I write it as it is 1 by 3 into u to the power. What is my power now? N minus 1 becomes 1 by 3 minus 1. So it becomes 1 by 3 minus 1. And then I can rewrite it as 1 by 3 times u to the power minus 2 by 3, right? Right? So this is my dy by du, and I have my du by dx. So let's go to the next line and write what is my dy by dx. My dy by dx is nothing but dy by du into dy by du into du by dx. right? So what is my dy by du? Let me highlight it in the color, say green. My dy by du is what I established just now. I'm going to pick this up from what we did in our previous step. So it is 1 by 3 times u to the power minus 2 by 3. And then I have my du by dx as well, right? So what is my du by dx? Let me highlight it in the color yellow. I go up here and then I pick out my du by dx, right? So my du by dx is nothing but 3x square, right? So I have my final answer, but then I notice that I have an answer in terms of u and in terms of x, right? So I go back and I do the substitution of u and about everything in form of x, right? So what is my u? My u is nothing but 1 plus x cube, and I write that into 3x square. Notice that my 3 and 3 can be cancelled out, right? So I'm talking about the 3 in the numerator and the 3 in the denominator. So let me pull that out and let me cancel this 3 and 3. And I have my final answer as 1 plus x cube to the power minus 2 by 3 into x square. Right? So there I have the final answer. I hope you found this content useful. Please do subscribe to my channel and support. Thank you.